Hello, all you fishies out there. Welcome back to another episode. Part 3. Is it part 3? I think it's part 3 of the Blitzo sculpture. We are finishing up this sculpture, and yes, you are seeing this correct. You saw the head in the last episode? Well, we just attached we're doing the tail. We're attaching it to this episode because I wanted to put the head in the other episode and the tail's in this episode. So it's what's starting us off. So welcome back, guys. We're on part 3 of the Blitzo sculpture. We're just wrapping up the sculpture part so that way, you get to see what's up, and then, the next video will be the finished, or it'll be finished. The sculpture will be finished, and we'll start painting. So that'll be like the next part. So part 4. Not sure if it'll be like a part 4, part 5, but it might. So yeah, we made a little snake of clay. We cut it, and then we're attaching it to the wire and squishing it on. And that, I do some of the fixing up and squishing. And then I tried to sand it a little bit. That piece, of course you can sand it all, but, it's a little harder. So I did my best. Don't forget, guys, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the stuff. Check out my social medias. I am on the Instagram. I post on Twitter. I got my linktree down in the description. We also always link, Vivzipop, or on these videos, Vivzipop is always linked, and I always link Ace of Clay, so make sure to go check them out. Just in case you don't know who Blitzo is, or Blitz, because the O is silent, and you don't know Helluva Boss, but you're like, ooh, this is a really cool figure. I want to go check it out. So that'll be linked if you want to check out the Helluva Boss and see where this character comes from. But yeah, this is a shorter episode. It's only a little under 15 minutes. So we're just wrapping it up, doing those final details, giving you everything you need to see. The filming on here, really good at the beginning. Later on, gets a little a little crazier. But we did some zooming in, so, to fix that up. And I'm just attaching that tail. As you can see, that's the point where the tail is baked, so it looks all nice. There was a transition in there, I'm pretty sure. Not a noticeable transition, but that's when the tail's baked. Then I'm just attaching his body. And now you can see the head is already on there, because this part is after, because I did the tail as a separate video piece, and then I baked it. I did the head, and then I reattached it. I actually attached the tail to his body, just because I wanted to make sure that head was on there, so I wasn't messing around when I tried to get the tail. And the tail, yeah, it took me a hot minute to get it on there, because I decided to, use the bacon bond and trying to get it to squish on there and stay, and it took a hot minute, but we got it. We got it with the bacon bond and a little extra clay to attach it. Yep, see, I did more bacon bond right there to attach it to the leg, but I ended up, that ends up getting pulled off later on, and you can't even tell, just so I can paint it. So, and the tail's not perfectly smooth, but most of it's kind of hidden. And now you can see I rolled out that piece of clay, and we are attaching it to his body. And of course, you can see all my tools. The tools are in the video in this one. I don't know why, but they were there. And I ended up rolling that piece off camera just because I had a very large rolling pin. I just now bought myself a smaller rolling pin, one of the little white ones, which you think I would have already had that already, being a cake decorator previously, but we had all our tools available to us at work. So I was like, oh, I don't need to buy anything. I'm not gonna do more cakes afterwards, but I did anyway. The collar also. The collar was off camera. A couple of those horns were off camera. And I don't know. It's recording weird. So we're talking over this video, but on my end, it's going to look better on your end. But on my end, it's not looking the same. So, but it's okay. You're going to see it's looking nice on your end. Not so nice on my end. But that's okay. Because my computer, we're finally upgrading. We bought a new computer. I did some work. I had some help. I worked a little bit and I did some stuff so that way I could finally get a new laptop. So we are going to be switching over to this new laptop soon. But of course I had, all of these clips and stuff already on this laptop. So I was like, I'm just going to kind of try to finish up most of it on this laptop. It'll be way easier to record and, edit and do all that stuff on the new laptop. So probably after the Blitzo sculpture is done, we'll be switching over to the new laptop. Because also, new laptop, super gorgeous. It's like a Levano Yoga. It was in my budget. It was the best laptop in my budget. And, it's good. It's nice. It's gorgeous. It's sleek. It's just gorgeous laptop. But, of course, there's like one USB port. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, yes. Here's the part. I know I'm going off on a tangent about a laptop, but man, I tried to make this line in his fabric or in the fabric of his clothing, and oh gosh, I had to redo that a couple times because, of course, it's like curved and it's not flat, so it keeps messing up. So I had to redo that a couple times. So we got that done. I had to add because his body was already dry, so I added a little extra clay so I could make that line. And I'm just, adding on those extra details. His coat isn't 100% correct. There are, some errors, but, you can't really tell. And, there's creative liberties. So, and that horn at the top, you can see there's a hole there because I ended up removing that horn and moving the other one back just so it looked more like, his design. Because you can't tell how many horns he has on his head. It looks like, ideally you would think there would be like 4, but usually in the pictures there's like the 1 at the top and like 2 at the bottom, and it's just, and then it looks different in each one. And now we're attaching the leg. Not the leg. I'm getting confused. No, the tail little horns or whatever the tail horns. I was gonna call them tail horns. Those are not exactly in, like, they could be a little lower, but I was working with not the best reference photos, so of course they're not perfect, but you can't tell. And there's that. We'll just blame it on creative liberty and freedom. Creative liberty, creative freedom, yada, yada, yada. So, better videos in the future once my laptop. I got to get a multi-USB port little plug-in for the single USB port so we can actually, do that recording and edit and be able to plug in multiple things like I use a microphone to record my audio because it sounds better. And then I have my mouse and then my Wacom tablet. So it's like, I need plenty of ports. And then I also want to get an external hard drive because this laptop doesn't have as much storage as my old Levano. Apparently, or Lenovo. It's Lenovo, but I always want to say Levano. I don't know why. But yes, my I am a Lenovo person apparently. I guess like their laptops. And, you know, a YouTuber kind of recommended that. I probably should have found out what his YouTube channel was so I could link that. So I might link that down in the description because I've been talking about a laptop. I might as well link this guy and his laptop recommendations. And this is the laptop he just recommended the most, was the Yoga, I think C40 or something. But yeah, it's a good laptop. We're just, you know, finishing those details on Blitz. Pretty simple, easy. I just wanted to, you know, get this done. We're putting the little things. And yeah, okay, now you can kind of see the collar more. And yes, the collar is not like accurate and perfect. But, you know, when I looked at the picture, I was like, oh, huh. And then when I looked at the pictures again, I was like, oh, crap. I messed up. Because, of course, when you're trying to design and look at picture references when you're designing something into 3D version or 3D form, there are sometimes mess ups. So, yep, we're attaching all those pieces, looking good. And then, you know, we're finishing it off. We're wrapping it up. We're getting those tiny little bit of finishing details. And then we get to finally paint it. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with how he came out. Of course, there are some derps. And there are some parts that I wasn't, you know, I didn't record or I wasn't able to record just because we had a couple technical difficulties and a couple things were just really hard to record while I was working, and I'm putting all those little pieces on with that bacon bond. Got to make sure you attach that with the bacon bond. It's a lifesaver. I'm so happy Asa Clay recommended that. So please remember, go check him out because he has really helped me when it comes to sculpting 100%. And I am going to be filling up that hole on the top of the head. Don't you worry. We're just putting those back pieces on the back little horn thingies, whatever you want to call them. We're just attaching everything. And then we go back and fill it in. And yeah, this is all zoomed in because, of course, I filmed it kind of far away and I filmed it a little differently. Because originally I was putting it on the turntable and then I didn't really like how that was going out. So it was like, no, goodbye turntable. I'm doing this down here. It just makes it easier. It's easier to see. I'm putting on the pieces. You can see. On my end, it looks weird right now just because this laptop is, gosh, this laptop's like 16 or 17 years old. Behind the scenes, you finally find out it's like an old laptop. That's why it's like, I needed a new laptop really bad for editing. So this laptop can barely handle editing. So, you know, future videos will be a lot better. I promise. I swear they will be a lot better. I'm gonna get that USB multi-port thingy and get everything done and it'll be a lot better. So guys, we are coming to the end of this video. We are just doing those finishing touches and you can kind of see it, and then I will do like a spin around so you can see the whole thing. But basically, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see more of these. Part 4 will be up soon, so it'll be a coming soon, and then it'll be linked. Part 2 will be linked on here, so you can go check out the other parts if you missed them. So thank you guys so much. Remember, all those links will be down below. Everything will be good. We're spinning them around so you can see the finished product. I'm really pretty happy with this. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me, watching the videos. Remember, stay mad. Goodbye. Blah, blah. Yep. We're done. We're done. Are we done? No.